Hello, good evening, you guys, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this Monday. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps keep the video in the algorithm. So make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of those great things. Okay. Y'all, I got word today. Shout out to my subs. I got some real good subs. They be lacing me up so good because I be just out and about and doing this, and that. And I sometimes I miss some stuff, okay? But my subs will send me a message, and believe it or not, they be having the inside scoop, okay? Um, I got word today. One of my subs sent me a message. Was like, I think that Trayon, I guess his name is Trayon. We heard Quit call him Treon, but we've been calling him Trayon. I heard that Trayon is going to trial September 1st. I was like, oh, okay. So I went ahead and I called on down there. The lady didn't want to tell me. Okay, she didn't want to tell me. And she was like, well, I guess I started asking her so many questions that she wanted to go ahead and just go ahead and get me off the phone. So she said, well, I'll just go on and look it up. I said, okay, I appreciate that, ma'am. And she says, I don't see him. I said, well, would he happen to be up under another court system? And she was like, yeah, he is. Oh yeah, he goes to trial September 1st at 9 a.m. His trial is going to start. So that would be, is that next week? Okay, so that would be week after next. So that's in 2 weeks on a Tuesday. Okay, September 1st. And now you all know that Trayon Ingram was connected to the Young Dolph case. They went down to Covington and actually uh, took out, unfortunately, unalive Miss Anita Wilson. They unalive Miss Anita Wilson using the exact same car that Straight Drop and Cornelius used when the car that they was in when they killed Young Dolph. I want to pull this up, okay? I want you all to see this for those of you all that don't remember. So we got a lot of trials and stuff going on because Keefe D trial started today. Dirk trial starts Thursday, I believe. Dirk trial starts Thursday, yes. And then Trayon's is gonna start. And then you got the Mo3 stuff going on. So it's plenty of content for everybody. Okay, no two things are the same. Okay, so everybody has a way of doing their content, so there's no need to act like monkeys. Okay. Um, everybody can eat. All right. Let's look at this for those of you all who don't remember.
Rapper Young Dolph was back in court this morning. Justin Johnson faced a judge to request a transfer.
Wait a minute. That's not. I didn't. We didn't want to pull up Justin Johnson. We're trying to pull up Trayon Ingram, and that's what I put in this search. Here it is right here. I clicked the wrong one. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Okay.
A Memphis man has been indicted in the murder of a Covington woman last fall, as WREG's Bria Jones.
What in the freak is
Jones explains her children believe the possible connection to the slaying of young Dolph is helping solve the case.
tied to crimes in Shelby, Tipton, and DeSoto counties. 23-year-old Trayon Ingram is now charged in a fatal double shooting in Covington. In court documents uncovered by WREG Monday, we learned Ingram has been indicted by a grand jury for killing Anita Wilson and critically injuring Darnisha McLeod last November.
How does that feel to have the officially someone indicted in your mother's killing?
It feels good for her to happen today because today her birthday. It's like it was a kill for her.
Police say the two women were ambushed here at the intersection of College and Church as they were leaving a high school football game. The shooting happening next to the police department. Police Chief Donna Turner says the targeted attack is gang-related.
You definitely are sending a message when you jump out of a car at an intersection and shoot up another car with multiple rounds.
Detectives say two masked suspects jumped out of a stolen white two-door Mercedes-Benz carrying large assault rifles. And police say that same stolen car is possibly linked to the murder of young Dolph that occurred days later.
I can say this vehicle that was involved in this case was a stolen vehicle out of Memphis.
Turner says the car was later recovered in South Memphis. Wilson's family believes she was not the intended target.
I definitely feel like the situation with Dolph, brought light to my mom's situation.
It definitely
because of the car.
While one suspect is still on the run, Wilson's children are celebrating this victory of Ingram's first-degree murder and attempted murder charges on what would have been her 58th birthday.
Keep praying for us because it's hard.
In Covington, Bria Jones, WREG News, Channel 3.
Okay, you guys. Now you heard that they just kind of went over. Oh wow, that was posted on. She was going on my birthday. Y'all saw that she just kind of. They just kind of brushed over lightly that the person is still on the run. You don't hear them say anything about, the person and anything like that. As far as we know, Trayon has not been an issue. Now, let me just tell y'all, let me tell y'all something about Covington. Covington is one of those small counties on the outside of Shelby County. One of those real small hickey counties. You don't hear them. They don't want a lot of attention brought to Trayon's case because they fries them down through there. When you start going to them outside of Shelby County around Tennessee and they see what goes on in Shelby County, every other county want for people from out of Shelby County and want for people to know we're not like Shelby County. We ain't going. Okay, we're gonna show you because they still be hanging crosses and stuff. That's what they go out to them little counties when they to have their meetings and stuff like that. So yeah, and and then it'd be the judges. Okay, it'd be the judges heading the meetings. So when you go down into them little off counties, those little small counties like that, Tennessee is still the South. Okay, they want to teach you a lesson. They want you to stay in Shelby County. Okay, now what they did was they didn't say, they just said the person was on the run. You never heard them say anything else about the person. You didn't say that hear them say that the person is still on the run. That was in 2021. And they still have not said anything about this person that was with Trayon that they say is on the run. Ain't got the fugitive squad involved. It ain't no reason for them to hide their face. They would have put the face up immediately. Okay. But they have not done that. They never did it, okay? Because normally when there's a fugitive, that person would have been a fugitive. And so I don't think Trayon had an issue with giving up nothing, okay? Because the word is he's supposed to testify. He's supposed to get on the stand. Now, I don't think this is going to be televised. I don't think it's going to be televised. Because like I said, they don't want no attention down there because they still hang crosses. They don't want you to see their faces. The judges don't want to be known. They want to be able to wear their sheets in peace, and then you never know who they are and all of that. And then when the Negroes get out of order down there, they frown. And hey, listen, let me tell you something. if these Negroes is shooting into cars and killing women, innocent women, and all of that, then hey, listen, you want to kill innocent people. Now, the word is that this supposedly happened because allegedly Trayon, Trayon's mom answered the door, and allegedly one of these gang members shot his mama. Now that's enough to drive anybody over the edge and to make anyone want to go and get some type of revenge. So but I don't know. It still was not right, Miss Wilson. Just as Trayon's mother was an innocent person, if this is what happened, these guys are going to have to be wise about what they do. Now, the rumor has been, that Straight Drop was the person in the car with him. I don't know. That's the rumor. This is allegedly why they have not, said anything. Because Cornelius was the one that said Straight Drop was the one in the car with Trayon. And it makes sense because I was told that some years ago that Cornelius was the one that's told that Trayon, Straight Drop was in the car with Trayon. Okay. And it makes sense now because remember, Hernandez Govan says that, Cornelius is going to testify in Trayon Ingram's trial. Okay. Now, I remember Hernandez Govan wanted to get Trayon to, I guess, be a witness. Trayon didn't really want to deal with that because they talked to Trayon about who it was that had taken out Dolph. And he had said, they asked him, did he know who it was? And his answers were kind of smoky. He was like, yeah, he guessed he knew who it was. And he said that, I think he did say that it was not Govan that actually pulled the trigger. Okay. It wasn't Govan that pulled the trigger. And he didn't know if Govan was the one. He didn't know if Govan was involved because he didn't know if he was involved, but he did know of, I believe, of the of a Straight Drop being involved. Okay. So, but Trayon, it didn't happen. I don't think Trayon wants anything to do with any of that. Okay. I don't think he wants nothing to do with none of them folks. He's already looking at what he's looking at. I think, they've kept things quiet. I think Trayon, I'll speculate a little bit. I don't think that they've had any issues out of Trayon and in knowing what happened. I think he's been open about it. But even if he hasn't, Cornelius is going to testify. I think Cornelius knows who was up in there with him. I think that people wanted to put it on TZ. I don't think it was TZ. I think it was Straight Drop. Okay. But the thing about that is, it seemed like to me, Straight Drop would have been going to court for that, right? He already got 2 life sentences, so maybe Covington gonna pass on it. Okay, why would they spend money? He don't have but 1 life. So you bring him down there and give him life, and you give him a trial down there. I mean, why would they do that when Shelby County already done canned him? Right now, if he was to try to, he's trying to get out on the technicality. If this is true, what Cornelius is saying, then I believe Covington would bring charges against him. They don't do nothing but bring charges against him and convict him, and he'll do life down there in Tipton County, right? So yeah, all of this is interesting, y'all. We got a lot of trials going on because I am interested in Trayon's. Steven said he gonna try to go down there. Okay, I wish I could go. I wish I can go. I ain't gonna be able to go, even though it's just right down it's like Covington's like what, an hour and 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes away. Let me see how far Covington is from Shelby County. I think it's like an hour and 5 minutes. Once you get out of Millington, you there. Let's see. Y'all hit that like button. Okay. It's the halfway point near. Okay. So it's only 58 minutes, 57 minutes. So it's an hour. It's just an hour. Okay. 40 miles. So it's an hour. Rough, almost an hour. Yeah. So it's 40 miles, 46 miles. So it's an hour away. So I mean that's nowhere. Once you get through Millington, you're there. So maybe our true results might go down now. If true results go, we know he's gonna turn that camera on. So he'll be able to keep us updated. Hopefully he will do it. I wish I could. I gotta work. I can't do it. So maybe True and Stephen to pull it off for us and keep us updated on what's said in the courtroom. It's gonna be interesting because I hear now he's supposed to take the stand. So that's gonna be interesting. Govan had already said Cornelius is going to testify in the case. And remember now, I told you someone told me Cornelius said a couple of years ago that it was straight drop that was in the car with Trayon. So that's going to be interesting to see if he really says that and who it is that they say. Like I said, I'm sure they know who it is. They haven't said anything about bringing charges against anybody, and that is because Covington may not bring charges against somebody that already has 2 life sentences, right? Why would they spend the money? I don't know though. It's interesting. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I just wanted to talk about that. But I want you all to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.